In this video, you might get to watch me make a really big mistake in real time. And what I'm talking about is this right here. I'll put a better picture on the screen. Amazing Spider-Man 252 in a 9.8 newsstand with white pages. And what it says right here on the top is 2 names written on first page in marker. And now that CGC has the JSA signature verification, this was just sitting on the website for a couple days, and I thought, you know what? I think I want to crack it, see if I can get those signatures authenticated and increase the value of this book. Now, it's a solid 9.8. There is one spine tick on there, which I know I can minimize, and it's a 9.8. I mean, worst case scenario, a 9.6, but it really, I think it has like a 90% chance of getting a 9.8, especially if I work on that spine tick a little bit. And essentially what this is akin to is doubling down on blackjack. And what I mean by that is I've already made my money on this book. I bought this book at a dealer discount. If I sell it at a fair price in today's market, I make my profit. So that's blackjack, baby, a winning hand. But did you know with blackjack, you can actually double down? You can take another card on blackjack, and if you get a 10, you get 21 because the ace is like a soft 1 or 11. So if you double down, you get 2 times pay. If you just get your blackjack pay, it's 1.5 times pay. So the double down on blackjack here would be if there's a Stan Lee signature on the first page here. The Stan Lee signature would increase the value significantly. It is on the first page, which isn't as good as on the cover. There's a little bit less of a premium, but it's probably not a Stan signature. But like I said, there's a chance, right? And I do like to play a little bit of blackjack. So some typical signatures on this book are Ron Frenz, Klaus Janson, Tom DeFalco, and Stan Lee. And so if we get a Stan Lee, it's definitely a win. I like to play a little bit of blackjack. I thought, why not have a little fun? So we're gonna crack that, open it up, and see the signatures on the first page. I can also take pictures of them and put that in the listing when I go to sell the book. And also I wanna do a little bit of a haul video because we just got some awesome slabs in, and I wanna showcase them before they move off to new homes. Speaking of moving off to new homes, we had our Labor Day sale this weekend. We're just coming back from Labor Day, and we sold some slabs. We sold hundreds of slabs. So congratulations to everyone for all those amazing pickups. Thank you so much for the support. And by the time you're watching this, those books will be in the wind and on their way to you. So before we crack this out, if you're new here, we do a monthly giveaway here on the YouTube channel. If you subscribe, comment, and like, and we have a monthly giveaway over at brycecomics.com where you'll find all the books that are showcased in this video. Use code COLLECT10 for 10% off and sign up for the newsletter while you're there to get entered to win a free slab each and every month. And congratulations to Jason Milburn. Jason, you won the Batman 423 for the newsletter giveaway for the month of August at brycecomics.com. And congratulations to Scotch and Yoda. You won the YouTube giveaway for the month of August. Let's crack this bad boy open. Well, so first of all, it's an old case, and so I should be able to just do this with my hands like an old VHS tape. So there we go. She is free from her tomb. Let's turn this camera around and cut her open. All right, so here she is. She is now free. Let's gently pull her out. She's completely free from the case. We'll keep this and send it back in so they can remove it from the census. Here we go, folks. On the first page, we have Happy Web Slinging Tom. It's got to be, there's 3 names. There's 3 names here. Happy Web Slinging. It says Tom DeFalco, Best Wishes, Ron Frenz, and Brett Breeding. So there's actually 3 names written on there. So it's triple signed, no Stan Lee sig. But gosh dang, does it smell good. All right, well, I would say that that's a win. If we can get this back in a 9.8, triple signed. Happy with that, happy to smell it. And fingers crossed, I'll keep you guys posted. I'll announce it in another video when it comes back from CGC. All right, so now for a little bit of a haul video here. This was a really cool one that I've never seen. I've never seen, period, and certainly not coming through the shop. It's Spirit Section, no number, from June 2nd, 1940. And so this is the first appearance of the Spirit, Lady Luck, and Mr. Mystic. So this was originally distributed, the Spirit, by Will Eisner through actual newspapers. And so this is just a section of a newspaper. And I believe it was originally 4 different newspapers that had this section in it, one of them being the Philadelphia Record. So you will see other copies of this that have different newspaper names there, which is really cool. I mean, for the collector in you, you might want to get all of them, but this one actually did sell right away. I'm going to send it off to get reholdered for the customer because the micro chamber paper was a little bit askew. You saw that in the thing I just cracked too. They oftentimes, I don't think they always do it anymore, but they used to always do it, put micro chamber paper, and what that does is absorbs the off-gassing to help protect the book inside the case. So really cool to see this. You can actually read some of it and just put yourself back in 1940, seeing The Spirit for the first time by Will Eisner with the storytelling and the art. And imagine just reading it in a newspaper. And who would have thought that that 10-cent newspaper, just one section of it in poor condition, is worth $2,500 today. High-grade copies probably over $10,000. Cerebus the Aardvark #1. First appearance of Cerebus the Aardvark and the first Aardvark Vanaheim comic. There are counterfeit editions of this, so you got to watch out for that, but very cool to see this certified by CGC as authentic in one of the more affordable grades. Captain Britain #1 in 8.5, just one that you don't, it's not very expensive, but in this grade at least, but not one that you see come through all the time. All right, X-Men #1 in a 5.5. I had 2 of these this week. One of them already sold, and this one I believe is still available. By the time you're watching this, it should be up on the website. Amazing Spider-Man Annual #1, 6.0. Absolutely gorgeous copy with white pages. Tales of Suspense 57 in 8.5. Origin and first appearance of Hawkeye. Werewolf by Night 32 in an 8.5 with the custom label. And X-Men #4, the first appearance of Scarlet Witch. All right, I want to get into some of these signature series because there is probably, I think, like 20 or 30 really cool signature series like this. Not Brand Ek #6. Big Baddie Love and Hisses issue starring Spidey-Man, the Human Scorch, the Unhumans, Dr. Deranged, and a Meshuggah mess of other offbeat oddballs. I love that. Meshuggah mess. Not Brand Ek, signed by Stan Lee. Very, very cool to see. This is awesome. A Doctor Strange, Jim Lee X-Men trading card variant cover featuring Mr. Sinister and signed by the voice actor Chris Britton. Gambit #1 with a sick-ass signature by Scott Williams, which goes perfectly with that. Dazzler. I was thinking about keeping this. I might have to keep this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 signatures, unless that's a 9th. Louise Simonson, John Romita Jr., Chris Claremont, Frank Miller, Glynis Oliver, Tom Orchesky, Joe Rubenstein, and Roy Thomas. So 8 signatures. And you know, what's so crazy about this is every time you get a signature, like I'm going to send that 252 in, I'm nerve-wracked that it's going to lose the 9.8. Imagine doing it 8 different times and maintaining the 9.8. I have seen it once where it had like 30 signatures and it was a 9.6. And at that point, it's like, dude, you kind of, I think you pushed it a little bit too far because there's so much handling with signature series. The Mastrazo Gambit #1, Tales to Astonish in a 7.5. Very, very nice presenting 7.5, signed by Stan Lee. Let's count them. We've got Larry Hama, Stan Lee, Mark Silvestri, Chris Claremont, John Romita, Rob Liefeld, Tom DeFalco, Len Wein. That's 8. And you have to turn it over to get... Oh, it just says second printing on the back. So this is Wolverine 41, the gold edition second print with 8 signatures, I think is what I counted. Very cool to see that. All right, so a bunch of Uncanny X-Men. We got 276 with Chris Claremont and Jim Lee with the Jim Lee cover. We got 249 with Mark Silvestri and Chris Claremont. We got 286 with Jim Lee. We got 284 with Willis Portacio. 282, the first appearance of Bishop with Art Thibert and Willis Portacio. We got this cool Captain America Steve Rogers number 19, the Jim Lee variant cover, which is the X-Men trading card variant cover, signed by Jim Lee and Chris Potter, who I believe is the voice actor, and a whole run of Infinity War signed. Some more Uncanny, we got 247 signed by Chris Claremont and Mark Silvestri, 240 Chris Claremont, Mark Silvestri, 239 with this awesome Mr. Sinister cover, Chris Claremont, Mark Silvestri. 230, Joe Rubinstein and Chris Claremont. Very cool cover art on that one. Triple Sign, Superhero Secret Wars, number 12, Newsstand Edition, John Beatty, Jim Shooter, Michael Zeck. Very cool to see that. Avengers 26 and a 4.5 with white pages, signed by Stan Lee. If there's any Atuma fans out there, this is the book for you. Look at Scarlet Witch in that purple. So cool. And Marvel Superhero Secret Wars number 4, double signed in gold and bronze. I've always loved this cover with Hulk holding up the wall of rock over all the other heroes. Signed by Bob Layton and Jim Shooter. Very cool. Double signed and sketched by Larry Hama and Mark Tejera, and it's just so cool the way this artwork goes, where it looks like it's blasting his face out of his face. I just think that's really cool, especially with the custom label. I mean, that's like a really awesome collectible. What If 27 signed by Frank Miller. Wolverine 55 signed by Larry Hama and Mark Silvestri. Longshot number 3. This is the Canadian price variant in a 9.8, signed by Art Adams. This has got to be one of the best copies of this book. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that unless you had Canadian price variant signed by Stan Lee or something. But it's the first appearance of Mojo. And he was featured in the X-Men 97. Cool character, affordable. Very cool to have like just one of the best copies. And Doctor Strange, number 169 at 6.5, white pages, signed by Stan Lee. Absolutely epic. I mean, presents great for a 6.5. And the white pages, chef's kiss. Callie's on a rampage, folks. We've got X-Men 222, signed by Chris Claremont and Mark Silvestri. 226, Chris Claremont, Mark Silvestri. Very cool to see this. X-Men 53 in a 9.4, signed by Stan Lee. I mean, super high grade, 12-cent X-Men signed by Stan Lee. It's got to be one of the top, I don't know, top 20 signed high grade copies of this. Barry Windsor Smith's first U.S. comic book work. Very, very cool collectible. As is this one, Gambit number 1, signed by Klaus Janson, Howard Mackey, and Lee Weeks. Embossed gold foil cover for Gambit number 1. It's cool that they signed it in the cards there. I think this is Lee Weeks. He signed his name in 2 of the cards, and then this is the other 2 signatures. Very, very cool, unique piece right there. Ghost Rider Volume 2, number 13, signed by Mark Tejera and Howard Mackey with the custom sketch with this awesome Mark Tejera cover, which is like, it almost looks like a painted cover or something. It's just a different, unique style. Ghost Rider number 28, Howard Mackey and Andy Kubert. Ghost Rider 31, Howard Mackey, Andy Kubert. X-Men 175, Chris Claremont, John Romita, and Louise Simonson, triple signed. And X-Men 225, Chris Claremont and Mark Silvestri. Captain America Comics number 60 in an 8.0 Human Fly appearance. This is the Human Fly that's the petty thief version, but just very cool to see such old 1947 Captain America in high grade. Brave and the Bold number 57 in a 9.0 origin and first appearance of Metamorpho. Invincible 19, first appearance of Battle Beast with the custom label. First appearance of Gambit. I also have a Mark Jewelers 9.6 available on the website. which is very valuable and hard to come by in high grade. Bitterroot 1, this is the eBay exclusive variant, homaging Akira. The Last of Us #1, this isn't my copy, it's a new copy that came through first print. And Star Wars #1 in a 9.6. ASM 300 in a 9.6, first appearance and origin of Venom. Here's another copy of ASM 252, this one's a 9.8 direct. And this one has a beautiful color strike. There is varying color strikes with this book. This one's really cool with the dark purples up there. ASM 210, 9.8, first appearance of Madame Mask. Number 13, first appearance of Mysterio. This is a really cool Daredevil cover featuring Bullseye with Black Widow strung up around her neck with the cord of a hairdryer. I mean, this is a dope-ass cover by Frank Miller and Klaus Janson. Green Lantern 59, first appearance of Guy Gardner. First appearance of Batgirl, Detective 359. Silver Surfer #3, first appearance of Mephisto. I think I have a 9.8 of this Batman Adventures as well, first Harley Quinn, and the first Vision. Nintendo Comic System, no number. This is the preview. I thought about cracking this because I did succeed once, cracking a 9.6 and getting it to a 9.8. I found the cover to be actually pretty forgiving, but it's just always a risk. It's like that doubling down on blackjack thing. So anyways, it's cool in this grade as well. Presents great. Iron Man #282. This one is really cool because I have some copies of the second print for 218 that go really good with it. Tom Hiddleston photo variant. There was a sale of this for like $500 or $600. I have it for much less than that. It might have just been somebody that wanted it for a signing or something, but this would be really cool to have signed by him. Moon Knight #1, second print, this awesome Alex Mayleave cover, ASM 410. Seven Soldiers Frankenstein #3. This is the first appearance of the character from Creature Commandos. And it's not easy to find this book. I mean, I don't think people were ordering too many copies of Seven Soldiers Frankenstein. Air Pirates Funny #1. This is the one that had the lawsuit against Disney, and it features Disney characters engaging in sex and drugs, which, man, imagine how frustrating that would be for Disney, that somebody was just out there having your characters doing sex and drugs. I mean, it's highly collectible. I absolutely love this. I would love to have a 9.8 of this in my collection. But imagine how frustrating that would be to fight that lawsuit and the guy's just laughing all the way to the bank. I think he came out on top, the guy that stole the copyrighted material. Life with Archie #1 from 1958. Supergirl and the Legion of Superheroes #23, the Adam Hughes incentive cover, just absolutely gorgeous. It's got to be the best Adam Hughes cover. I think I'm going to submit my vote as this is the best Adam Hughes cover. Batman Adventures #12, there it is, 9.8, first Harley. And 2 copies of Edge of Spider-Verse #2, the 1/25 Greg Land variant, first appearance of Spider-Gwen. The second copy being this, signed by Jason Latour. FF 112, I also have a 9.4 of that. 130 and a 9.6 for X-Men, signed by Chris Claremont, newsstand edition, Dazzler. Superboy #68, origin first appearance of Bizarro. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. I was just picking out some stuff. There's a lot more on the way. Make sure you're signed up for that newsletter at brycecomics.com. If you're looking to sell, I'm always buying. Shoot me a list and I'll shoot you an offer and get you paid quick. brycecomics@gmail.com. Don't forget those 2 giveaways here on the YouTube channel. Subscribe, comment, and like. You're entered to win this valuable slab. And over at the newsletter at brycecomics.com, you're entered to win a free slab each month. You stay subscribed. This month we're giving away this valuable slab. Thank you so much. As always, see you later. Bye.